Hey, welcome back to the Board Game Closet. My name's Jimmy.
I'm Tim.
I'm Rod.
And today we're doing a Kickstarter preview of a game that's coming out pretty soon called Wizard Dodgeball. In Wizard Dodgeball, you are going to man a team of wizards and you're going to literally play dodgeball. This is a two-player game, plays in roughly 30 minutes. So, Rod, why don't you tell us about what you can expect to get in the game?
All right. So basically what you're going to have is you have your board, which represents our field of play. And then you'll have your free zone, which is the very back end on both sides. And then it's almost like two chess. And then, of course, the dodgeballs we put out into the center. And each one of these will represent your wizard and his jersey number. And then here you'll have your wizards. And then you'll also, with your wizards, be able to purchase spells. And with those spells, you'll use those to your advantage in the game to try to get the balls and try to hit the other guy with those balls.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it on the pieces.
That's great. So, obviously, in a prototype, these might change. So, depending on the Kickstarter, they might get more funding, and this might totally change. But this gives you a great idea of what you can expect to get and basically how it plays. So, Tim, do you want to tell us about the rules?
Sure. I'll tell you right off that if you are familiar with dodgeball, this game is really easy to pick up.
It's pretty easy, right?
Because the rules are just the same as dodgeball. All you gotta know is about what stats are on the card. So it's got a quick start guide in here. This may not be the final version of the instructions, but still, it's well laid out with what I love: big pictures and bold keywords. And it just goes on to tell you how to set up for your first game and stuff like that, and how to play through it. It even gives you some basic rules versus advanced rules, which is great for when you're trying to learn the game the first time. It does a good job of explaining all the different rules, and every situation we could think of that came up during our playthroughs, they had a rule for it. So everything was covered. It's a small instruction booklet. It's only a couple pages long. It keeps everything nice and simple, so you're just kind of focused on the board. And you probably won't have to reference it too often. I'd say after your first game, you probably won't even pick the instruction booklet back up.
Yeah. And I mean, for a game that plays in 30 minutes, you hope that it's not that complicated to get into. And especially when it's dodgeball, you think that's pretty easy. So I think that played out well. That was easy. It wasn't complicated to learn. So
yeah, and a lot of your special rules for spells and stuff like that are already on the card. So it's not like you have to go back to a thing and just because it has an icon on it. No, it has the text on it, so it allows you to actually just reference the card instead of like an instruction booklet.
Right, totally, really easy. So, I mean, what did you guys think about Wizard Dodgeball?
Well, I guess the first thing is, do you have fun playing the game? And I was playing Jordan at the time, and we had a good time. It was fun. I mean, like when you first heard about the game, wasn't sure what to think about it. It's Wizard Dodgeball. You don't know even to think about it. I mean, I wasn't that excited about it, but when I started playing it, we had a good time. So, I mean, that's the first part of the game. I mean, I guess the only thing I see is that this is probably a good game that would be like playing with a wife or just somebody who's not much into gaming because it is pretty light. Would you agree?
Yeah.
Totally, yeah, it's a light game.
I can see where they could go with some neat stuff with it. I mean, we got wizards. What if you had a goblin team or just other elves or whatever. And then if you actually have a role playing aspect to the game with the character, wizard gets more powerful and does things where he may not even survive a game. That might be pretty cool too.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't mean this as a backhanded compliment, but when I heard about the game, I was like, okay, but then when we got it, I was pleasantly surprised. The first game that we played through, we had some moments where we cheered and we yelled and we screamed, and we were like, where you needed to roll exactly the right thing, and you did, and then that guy got out, and I liked how it kind of escalated as you went through the game, where somebody started to get a lead, and so you felt like you were winning, and that's exactly how it is in dodgeball. So you start to mount up, and then the one guy only has one guy left on that side of the field, so it's just like dodgeball only on a board. And typically, I'm not a sports game. Like a board game for sports doesn't really translate well. I've never found one that I'm really crazy about. But this one I thought plays in 30 minutes. Yeah, let's try it. And then there's enough uniqueness about the cards that kept me interested. You know, that I could do something different, or I could do something against him that would hurt him, or I could do something for me that would help me. Like I liked that there was both sides of the field when it came to the spells that you could use. So what do you think about it, Tim?
I was surprised, actually, yeah, that it was as much fun as it was. You know, because, I mean, Dodgeball, honestly, I'm thinking, well, this is going to be like Connect 4 or something where you're just moving a piece across the board. But then he got the mechanics right, so it can make for a really quick turn and everything. And then the spell, Wizard Dodgeball, the spells actually add strategy to the game, to where you need to actually... first, you know, when you're first making your hand, you based on the magic points that your guys give you, you know, you have to pick out as you go along. You know, after you play them, they have to sit there and recharge for a whole turn before you can use the card again. So you kind of have to strategize, like how I was going to go, and is that guy going to get knocked out in the next round anyways, or something like that. So, and then that whole plays well with the balance of the game, because I mean, if one guy catches a ball, all of a sudden that team's going to be, you know, back in the lead, or even farther in the lead if they were. So it's nice. He did the mechanics well, so I was surprised. It was good.
And it was easy to, like, because the board has grids and then there's 3 sections, I was a little concerned that it might be hard to figure out, you know, throwing the ball and how far away is he and all that kind of stuff. But that was a really easy thing to figure out with 3 away or 2 away, stuff like that. So that wasn't complicated at all. So
yeah, I just look forward to see what the final product is going to look like. Because right now it's really hard to see if this is the final product. It's, you know, to me it's a neat game, but I want to see if they take it a little further. I'd like to see it taken to another level, I guess. You know.
Yeah, totally.
So I mean, if like I'm saying, you take it to a role playing aspect, or you take it to just with the miniatures. Do you put miniatures on there or not, and that type of thing?
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. So that's our review of Wizard Dodgeball. Check them out on Kickstarter. It's coming up pretty soon. And figure out if this is a project that you want to back. Thanks for watching the Board Game Closet. My name's Jimmy.
I'm Rod.
And I'm Tim.
And like always,
the beginning, not the end.
Let's always support your local hobby shop.
There you go.